telling you to go out there and extort these companies. Don't be a messed up person. But what I am saying is you should just not be afraid to ask for what you deserve, sis. I mean, come on. Why not? Back to my channel. For those of you who are already part of the family, thank you so much for joining me here again today. For those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Kiara Selena. I'm a practical nurse, and on my channel I pretty much talk nursing education, nursing school tips. Everything nursing is on Nursing with Key. So if you are an aspiring nurse, nursing student, or nurse, no matter where you are in your journey, this is the channel for you. So make sure you smash that subscribe button and turn on your notification bells so you will be notified whenever I post future content. I'm going to be your guardian angel. I am going to reinforce that little voice in the back of your head that's probably been telling you to do what I'm about to tell you to do anyway, but maybe you just haven't done it because you feel too scared, or because you're just too shy, or because whatever. But it doesn't matter. We're gonna get rid of all of that today, and you are gonna start making money, because this is the time. This is the time to rack up. If you're not racking up as a medical professional right now, what are you doing? I know you guys read the title and you guys are probably thinking, Key, what the hell are you talking about, okay? But let me just elaborate. Before all hell broke loose and, I mean, whatever the hell this is started happening, okay? Companies had something on us. They had leverage because they had something that we wanted. Jobs. We want to make money. We want to work. And they had that. They had jobs. But they also had the power because they had options, right? Everyone wanted to work for them. They were always getting applications. You know, they had the options, right? So they had that on us. The best companies, you know, you finish school, you start applying at a bunch of different places. And I remember, like, when I first finished school or whatever, or even when I was working as a CNA, I knew that if I applied for at least 4 or 5 places, I would probably get like 3 interviews out of the 5 jobs that I applied for. And I knew that if I went to 3 interviews, I would probably get at least 1 or 2 callbacks, right? So all these places, they had like options, you know, and they're just comfortably sitting behind their chair, watching us, you know, making us feel all nervous and stuff during the interview, because they knew they had the power. They had what we wanted. We wanted jobs, and they had options, right? So they're just sitting back, you know, listening to you, trying to convince them to hire you, knowing that they have 1,000 other people in their inbox just waiting for a response, right? So they were the ones with the power. But guess what, sis? Guess what? The tables have turned, period. And now we get to sit down and be the ones like, well, why should I pick you as an employer? We're always needed, right? Medical professionals are always needed. The options are always out there for us. And we've always kind of had that power, but I feel like now we have it more than ever. To go out there and extort these companies. Don't be a messed up person. But what I am saying is you should just not be afraid to ask for what you deserve, sis. I mean, come on. Why not? At risk, you're putting your family at risk. Every single time you go outside, every single time you go to work and you come back home, you are putting your family at risk potentially if you don't, you know, wash your hands and take off your stuff and do things the way that you need to do. And sometimes you are vigilant, sometimes you are careful, but you might just, I don't know, you might have touched your phone or something and didn't disinfect it. It could be something so small. So it's a really high risk, not only for yourself, but your family. And I mean, I think that we all deserve to be compensated for it. You who are gonna come on my channel and who are gonna say, well, it's not about the money, it's not about the money, it's about the people, and you know, this and that. Well, I mean, congratulations to you for being such an amazing person. Maybe you should just give up on your position and just flat out volunteer. And maybe when all of this is over, they will give you a big shiny gold medal that you can't do anything with, and hopefully that'll be enough for you. But for the rest of us out here who, you know, have bills to pay, have families to take care of, you know, have things to do, have trips to take when this is all over, no, you need to be negotiating. And before I give you guys this example, I'm just gonna say that I really don't recommend that you guys jump or like hop from facility to facility. It's just not the safest thing for you to do, not for yourself and not for the patient. So I would say that if you can, even if you are in agency work, if you can maybe ask to be stationed in one specific place, that would probably be the best thing to reduce the chances of you bringing things in other places. Not saying that you have it, but I'm just saying, you know, shit is crazy out here. first nursing job, go check that video out. I will leave it down below. But I worked for that place and I was a very dedicated worker. I was a good worker. I was always on time. I was always doing overtime. I was always doing extra shifts whenever they asked me to. And then one day, I just got laid off. I never got fired, but a nurse decided to just magically come back and they decided to take him. And I was home. I was at home for literally 2 months without work because they fired me during Christmas time. And obviously Christmas time, Christmas and New Year's it's just really not the best time to be applying at places. Everyone's busy, everyone is off, especially these managers and stuff, these head nurses, they always make sure that they are off during Christmas and all the holidays. So I was literally home for 2 months without any source of income other than YouTube, thank God, and the savings that I also had, thank God. People just started calling me up like, oh my God, can you please come? We're like really stuck since this whole coronavirus thing, you know, broke out. A whole bunch of people are leaving, you know, and we really need people. And I was like, oh really? Okay, well, after the way you guys like kind of just laid me off, you guys want favors now? That's fine. Are you paying? Like, are you really paying? Not like, are you compensating me what you like usually pay me? I mean, are you paying? She said, yes, I'm gonna pay you double. I said, say less. Ask her for that much, but she said it. So I was just like, okay, no problem. You paying, so I'm gonna come, right? They need people so bad that they're just throwing money out there, and I just absolutely love it. So now every time she calls me, I'm just like, is you paying double though? Eventually she got to a point where she was like, I can't just keep paying you double. I'm gonna pay you guys, I'm gonna pay you time and a half. And I was okay with that too. I'm like, okay, cool. I will take the time and a half. But let me give you guys another example. I went to a job interview. There was a lady who called me from a place that I applied at as a CNA 2 years ago. Like I applied there so long ago, and she called me asking me if I can come in as a CNA. And I was like, no, I'm not a CNA anymore. I'm actually a nurse, so no, I will not be working as a CNA. I'm so sorry. And she was like, oh my God, even better. We need even more nurses. How about you come to an interview? So I was like, okay, cool. I'll go to the interview. This was like before everything really started getting crazy and they started implementing all these rules about like not like working in multiple places and stuff like that. So I go to the interview and she's like, yeah, you know, we're gonna pay you like, you know, $25 an hour. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna need you to add $5 onto that. The government already, you know, gathered up all this money to help medical professionals. So they are giving all of us a $4 hourly salary increase. So they're giving us an extra $4 an hour. And I knew this was about to happen. So I'm just like, no, I'm about to hit this lick right here. You need to pay me an extra $5. And she was just like, deal. And I was like, okay, I really only wanted an extra $3, but if you're gonna give me an extra $5, I don't have any problem with that. So this is the art of negotiation. This is like what it's always been with these companies. It's always been that. It's always been, you know, and like I said before, they had the leverage. So, you know, you may want to make $25 an hour and you know, you get an interview at like one of the best medical facilities in your area and you go there and you know you want to make $25 an hour, but they are also the best medical facility in your area. So you don't want to really negotiate too much because you're scared. You don't want to miss out on the opportunity and you know that their options are there. But now that nurses are quitting either because they are just burnt out, because they are scared, or because they're just like, no, I have a family at home to take care of. I can't put myself at risk like this. Either way, medical professionals are quitting. And if you are a true goon, a true gangster, a true trooper, I'm not bashing anybody who like doesn't want to be at the front line. That's perfectly fine. Personally, I don't want to be at the front line. You know, I'm not really infantry right now. For those of you who don't know the military, like infantry is really like the front line, and like behind them, you probably have like artillery, like with the big gunners. So right now I'm like a gunner, okay? I'm not really infantry. There's infantry right there, like in the ER, in surgery, like in the hospitals. And then there's me in the back, like, yeah, you know, I'm kind of in it, but not too much, right? I'm not judging those of you who decided to leave, especially if you guys have kids. I would probably do the same thing too. But once again, if you are a true trooper and you are out here, you are putting yourself at risk. You are putting your family at risk. You know, you're gonna be around sick people all day, and you deserve to be compensated. And there's nothing wrong with putting your foot down and asking them for money, because at the end of the day, there's some big belly rich boy or rich man at the very top sitting at home with his legs crossed, comfortably taking care of himself and his family. And you should be able to do the same for yourself and your family, considering the fact that you are the one actually putting in the work, putting in the sweat, and putting yourself at risk. It's only right. And honestly, I don't think you should feel bad for that. You really should not. You deserve it. Anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and share. And if you are not yet part of my family, what are you on? Subscribe. You see that bright red box down there? Click on that and turn on your notification bells. That way you will be notified whenever I post future content. With that being said, stay safe. Make that money, get to that bag. I'm telling you, you are going to love yourself for it when all of this is over. Negotiate, negotiate, negotiate. Everything is a negotiation. It's always been like that anyway. So like I said, don't feel bad for it, okay? I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye.